What's going on? Welcome to GregglesTV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you're subscribed so you know what's going on in the world of tech. Let's jump right into it. Today was PlayStation X 2016, also known as PSX 2016, which is a little conference they have, and people, like fans, are allowed to go there, and what they do is they announce and they'll let you play with games that are just came out, are coming out, and they do some big announcements. Well, they announced two really big games today, two games I absolutely love, and they're both from Naughty Dog. The first one, which is, again, probably my favorite game I've played in such a long time, was The Last of Us. Last of Us came out, I think, in 2014. It came out for PlayStation 3 originally, and then they remade it when the PlayStation 4 came out, and it's just a great game. It's a post-apocalyptic game where you play as Ellie and Joel, and they're an older guy and a younger girl, and it's amazing. And you're in this post-apocalyptic world with zombies and people after you. It's a really great game. I loved it. It's everything that I wish Resident Evil was in the last few years, but wasn't. That's what that is. That game is amazing. Anyways, Last of Us 2 was officially announced today by Naughty Dog. No release date yet, so don't go all crazy. They said they do have a release date in their minds that they're going to talk about, but no release date yet. It's going to be based off hate more than love.
I'm going to find, and I'm going to kill every last one of them.
And also the storyline anyway, and you will play as Ellie. She'll be the main character, and she's now, a few years after the end of the original game, she's now 19 years old. She should have some new abilities versus her younger, I forget how old she was in that first game, 13, 14 or something like that. And Joel will also be back, but I guess it has a bigger emphasis on Ellie this time. But other than that, this game, I'm so excited for this game. If you guys have not played Last of Us and you have a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 4, get this game. You'll be blown out of the water. Another game was announced, and that was Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, which it will not have Drake. He was a fortune hunter. It's actually going to have Chloe and Nadine, both female characters, and they were in Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 4, and this game is going to take place in India. This is the actual announcement demo that you're watching right now. You will be hunting for the Tusk of Ganesha. That's what you'll be looking for in this game. That'll be the main storyline, and the game is supposed to be longer than The Last of Us, but shorter than Uncharted 4, and I loved Uncharted 4. I just beat that game. Another amazing game by Naughty Dog. I can't say enough about these guys. And the last announcement I want to talk about was Resident Evil 7, which I've been a huge Resident Evil fan for so long. I have not liked the last few, 5 and 6. Didn't like them at all. This one looks like it's going back into that horror genre. It looks so cool. I played the demo so far, and the cool thing about the demo is they actually released an update today with another big section of the game that you can get into. You can get past one of these doors that was unable to be accessed before. You can also access a gun. There's multiple endings for this demo. Check this demo out if you have a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 4 Pro. Next up, Nextbit, which makes Android phones and was started by some Android developers. They released a phone, I think it was like last year at this time, actually. Well, they came out with some software originally back then that was smart cloud storage. It would take storage and items off your phone and free it up so that it would store it in the cloud, and it would allow your phone to have extra storage so that you would never run out of storage. It was smart. It would take files that you weren't really using and put them in the cloud. Well, they've did this long blog post, not so long, but long for me, and it's very interesting because they're talking about how they're going to revolutionize with software battery consumption, and that's one thing that all cell phones need drastically. This Pixel phone that I've been using for a month now has had some of the best battery life of any phone that I've used in years. I'm telling you, I'm not joking about that. Years. And I cannot wait to see what Nextbit does, because a lot of companies lately have been doing that cloud storage offloading thing. And Apple did it with Mac OS. Google's done it with Nougat. So I cannot wait to see what Nextbit does with their improvements in battery life. If they really do something huge here, you know everybody's going to copy them. Google's going to copy them. Apple's going to copy them. I cannot wait to see. I hope they're not just putting up this big front like a lot of companies do and say, oh, our phone does this, our phone does that. They really need to step it up and bring it. If they can do that, because that's the one thing that's really holding back cell phones today. We have the performance, we have the speed, we have everything in those regards. We have the beautiful screens. Bring us battery life. That's one of the biggest things and the most annoying things, besides screens that crack really easily. Those two things, there we go. Cracked screens and battery life need to be improved drastically. Come on, bring it. And lastly, the FCC, which is a government agency over here that regulates communications, everything from, radio and television to companies that release technology like Google, Apple, HTC, and everything in between. So they are really pissed at AT&T and Verizon because of how they're making and allowing data to be used on their network. So as you know, and I kind of talked about it a couple of days ago, AT&T, which they bought DirecTV a while back now, but they released DirecTV Now, which is a streaming service that you can use on your phone, your tablet, your Android and Apple TV boxes, all kinds of your computers, really anywhere. Well, if you have DirecTV Now and you have AT&T service, you can actually use that and stream, television movies from that app for free. It doesn't count against your data. So you could literally consume 100 gigabytes and it does not use any of your data. You're streaming, they don't block you. Same thing with Verizon. They own an app called Go90. It's a service very similar to what DirecTV now is. You can stream movies, TV shows, music, like anything really. And again, that's free data. It does not count against your data bucket. Now the FCC's pissed about this because they think it's anti-competitive. So you get smaller companies, if they wanted to create a similar app and say it was amazing, it's going to count against your data bucket and it hurts growth of companies. And I think that FCC's completely right with it. I mean, as a consumer, sure, I love getting free data from an app that I'm subscribed to. If I had YouTube and it didn't count against my data bucket, I'd be extremely happy with that. The problem is it would create issues with companies that say aren't as big as YouTube/Google, and a company that is just tiny, say like for someone like myself, say I had my own website and my website was huge, but for you guys to watch it on your mobile phones, it would come out of your data bucket. It just is anti-competitive. I love that the FCC is going after these companies for this. I can see the good part for the consumers, like I said, getting free data, but at the same time, I can see that it's anti-competitive and that the government in America anyway has our backs and is going against these huge conglomerate companies for us. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I put a new video out every single day, twice a day. So make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on. Also, my question of the day is, we were just talking about anti-competitive, AT&T and Verizon and the FCC, and they have these apps that give free data. What do you guys think about that? I'm very curious. Do you think it's a good thing for us as consumers to have apps that give us free data, but maybe not have these new companies come out of nowhere and really wow us because they can't afford to give us free data? Let me know what you think about that. Also, my product of the day is, I gotta go back to it, the PlayStation 4. Some of the games they announced today are just amazing. You can pick up a PlayStation 4 Pro, which I completely recommend. I love this thing. It's so powerful. Graphics look amazing. Games up to 4K. Really, really cool console. Or you can get their Slim. It's super cheap. Just check into it, guys. Definitely if you don't have a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 Pro already. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you down the road. Peace.